For the chain of custody process, we use a three-part authentication on the field technician user. The first part is the technician's username and password. Everyone knows never give up your password. The second part is the signature on the device. After that, you're going to take a selfie every time you collect a sample and every time you transfer custody. That's how we know with certainty it's you. At the same time, we're also going to get a date and timestamp and a GPS coordinate. So there's no question about the who, the where, and the when of every sample collected and every transfer of custody. You can see here Jonathan is collecting a sample. He's already logged in under his username and password. He's signed his name and he's taken the selfie. So we know it's him. Then he's going to hit the submit button and it's going to print his labels for him. When you've completed your sampling for the day, you'll have the ability to generate that chain of custody. It can be printed if needed and sent digitally as a PDF and as an electronic CSV file. The chain of custody looks like every other chain of custody you've ever seen, with the exception that it's not handwritten, and you can read it. It's got all the billing information, turnaround time, project information. It's got all the analytical parameters that you want tested, the number of bottles, date, and timestamp, all filled out automatically in milliseconds. The bottom gets a little bit different than a traditional chain. We break out each sample and who collected it. You can see here Jake collected these samples. Jake then gave those samples to Russell, and this is that transfer: the selfie, signature, date, timestamp, and GPS coordinate. This information is collected on both the relinquishing person and the receiving person. Then you can see Russell took his samples to the lab. Down here are the samples that Russell collected. What happened was they were both out sampling. Jake gave his samples to Russell, and Russell took them all to the laboratory. The key is you're able to track each individual sample, all the way back to the individual who collected that sample. Very clearly spelled out right there on the chain of custody.